Coming into a house like this where everything is destroyed, looks terrible, but when I look at a property like this nowadays, to me it's gold. To me it means money. Guys, welcome back. Enis here, Whiteacre Properties. Today, I'm bringing you guys to Dorchester. We are right in Boston, and we got this project right here. We are on Oak Street, and I wanted to bring you guys in just to take a look at what we're buying, what type of projects we're doing, and learn from us, right? Or learn together, I should say. The goal here today is to do a walkthrough and share with you guys how we found the property, what type of financing did we secure, what's the plan here with this type of buildings. If that's what you're interested, stay with me to the end. And in the meantime, like, share, subscribe. If you guys think this is valuable, comment below. I want to hear from you. Plus, YouTube algorithm works really well if you guys comment and share. So help me out. I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So let's do that together and let's get going. You actually won't believe the story here. I have a really interesting situation to share with you guys because this property behind me, we purchased it in 2019. How did that all start? Honestly, for us, a lot of our deals, they come from direct mail. This one was a direct mail letter that went out to one of the heirs of this estate. I didn't know what to expect. I actually got that call and the person said, tell me more, how do you guys buy houses? I have a property in Dorchester that is vacant, I'm looking to sell. I started getting more information. Is it a single family? Is it a multi-family? Tell me more about your situation. And the lady told me everything. And basically, she had actually signed a deed with somebody. She had signed the property over to them for $10,000. Honestly, that's it. She just wanted a $10,000 check and she had assigned the deed to somebody. What we realized after doing some research and after meeting her in person is that transaction, that was illegal. That person, first of all, never paid the $10,000. We searched their name and was all over the internet. This was a scam they had done with a lot of different people in the greater Boston market. We're like, okay, so what do we do next? Because when you search title for this property, their name, right, this new person showed up, not the family name. So now we had to educate ourselves and figure out where to go from here. This was a unique situation. We had never been involved in something like that. One thing I want to share with you guys and what I learned from that is don't give up, right? It's so competitive in greater Boston market right now that when you find a reasonable seller and they want to sell, right? They're motivated. You got to listen and you got to provide solutions to that person. So that's what we did. We didn't have all the answers. Let's go take a look first and we'll go back to that story in a minute. This is it. We owned it for 4 years. It was vacant 2 years before then, so it's been like 6-7 years like this. We boarded up all the windows, so we have to go upstairs to the second floor. Obviously, when you look at a property like this, with all the damage in the walls, with all the mold and humidity and everything that, happened here, it's a full gut renovation. For us, what we're gonna do here is gut it all out, change the layout because we want to keep this as a rental. And currently it's a 3 bedrooms with some smaller rooms. We're just going to open up the first floor with living room, kitchen, dining, and then second and third floor is going to be 5 bedrooms, 2 baths. Going back to that story, we helped that seller with that illegal transaction on the deed side, right? We connected them with an attorney. They filed a lawsuit, whatever, but they got the property back in the family's name. And then we realized another challenge. Yes, we wanted to buy it. Yes, we submitted an offer, but really couldn't do anything unless they probated the estate. Mom had passed away. Her name is on the deed. This new person, the daughter, cannot sell it unless you probate the estate. I'm like, sure, let's go connect you to a probate attorney. However, they didn't have the money to pay that probate attorney. So what do? In our case, we took a chance and we paid the attorney out of our pocket. Now, keep this in mind though, when you pay an attorney for probate, you are not the owner of the property and things might happen. You might never acquire the property. We did take that gamble knowing that this was a good deal for us if we paid the price we're thinking, but it was definitely a gamble because if we couldn't go to closing, then that money is wasted. Thank God it worked out. We got the probate approved, I think 8-9 months later. But as we were going through probate and obviously the title search showed this, there was a mortgage in place. And then we reached out to this mortgage company, right? And they sent us a payoff statement, I think for like $450,000. We're like, we're not paying $450 for the property. Property is vacant, it's trashed. All the copper is stolen. It needs everything, right? It got so many issues and our price was going to be a lot less. So now we had to go and do a short sale, Guys, we have done another video on short sale. We'll put the link above. Check that out, right? What is a short sale? How does that work? Because you need to understand that there is a lot of properties right now going through that short sale process in order to be sold. We got the short sale approved. Short sale mitigator came in. She's awesome. Her team is great. It took them 5-6 months. This is a long time ago, but it took them a while to get it approved. So we checked that box. We figure out the situation up front, right? With that illegal transactions, check on that. We got the short sale approved, check on that. And we got the probate approved. So 3 big bumps on the road, guys. And these are not small bumps, right? These are like huge issues that you have to overcome. Let's go up actually one more floor and then we'll wrap up that story because there is more to it. As you guys are seeing this, one thing I wanted to bring up though is don't be afraid from houses like this. I mean, starting out, this is frightening, right? Coming into a house like this where everything is destroyed, looks terrible. But when I look at a property like this nowadays, to me it's gold. To me, it means money. I know all of this will be completely taken out. We're gonna bring this property down to the studs and then everything is gonna be brand new and it's gonna look beautiful. Going back to the story, well, now we gotta close on the property. Hard money is usually the process for us to find and secure the financing to buy properties like this. And it means hard money because they're not looking at my tax returns. They don't care about my credit score. All they look at is the house, right? The asset. They're looking at the numbers. Are we buying it for a good deal? That's what they're looking at. We got compensated by buying this property at $150,000. So we got a good deal. We got rewarded on our hard work, right? Our tenacity, our grit of not giving up, right? And solving those big problems. And our goal was to do multifamily. I'm looking to build more of that ground up new construction multifamily, right? So one mistake is that when we sat down with the architect, we proposed something that was just too big for this street. When you are developing in Boston, and if you ever get into the rezoning process and building new construction and all that stuff, you have to look at the street. Like I'm on Oak Street, it's all 2 families, some single families, but mostly this street is 2 families. So you have to look at what's around you in order to propose to the city what to build there. We actually didn't know that and we're like, you know what, let's just push the limits here. And I think we proposed 18 units. So we have a single family and we have vacant land next to it, a total of 6,000 square feet between the 2 lots. And we wanted to go up 4 stories and propose 18 units. And now when you look at the plans and the renderings and you see this big box next to lower 2-family buildings, it looks ugly. But again, I didn't have the experience back then, and that's the reason I want to share with you guys, because 1, I wasted time, and 2, I wasted money. And we got shut down. So now, what do? We don't want to give up, that's for sure. If we hit a wall, we're not stopping there. We're just going to get past it. It's just a matter of how. And we went back to the whiteboard and we said, you know what, maybe we should propose 4 units. And back and forth with the architect, we actually agreed on building 3 units. So we went from 18 to now proposing 3 units in each lot. We went through the process. The neighborhood liked it because it was very common to what's around. And even that 3rd unit wasn't really like, a triple decker, was more of a pitched roof with a dormer on top, right? So it looked more like a 2-family with a finished attic space. We got approved from the Zoning Board of Appeals. This was 2019, I believe, late 2019. We got approved from the Zoning Board of Appeals for both lots. So now we got 3-family here and 3-family next door with parking in the back, with 2 bedrooms, 2 baths in each unit, which was amazing, right? Because we only purchased the property for $150,000 and now we increased the value because we have 6 units we can build. And so far, so good. Here's issue number 2, and this is a big issue. When we purchased the property and our attorney, one of the things they do before we close and buy the real estate, they do what's called a title search. Right? So they look at the title of the property to make sure that 1, we're buying from the right person, 2, if there are any liens that need to be paid, right, or removed, so then we can buy the real estate and have clean title, right, to the property. There was a situation that came up about a deed restriction, right? And this might be very specific to the city of Boston, but there is plenty of properties in the city of Boston, either vacant land or existing houses, which have deed restrictions from the city itself, from the city of Boston. And long story short, there is a deed restriction here for affordability. And basically what happened back in 1990, the previous owner of the property took a mortgage with the city, something along those lines. And because of that mortgage at low interest rate, I assume, the city put a deed restriction in place for the single family house not to be sold to anybody out there for market value, but to be sold at an affordable rate. That's called an affordability restriction. The house cannot be sold to everybody at market value. It needs to be sold to somebody that meets the affordability restrictions. We're not gonna go into that. That's a whole different topic. We can do a long video on that. So our mistake, actually, what should have done now in hindsight is learn more about that restriction and not purchase the property without understanding it first. Somehow, with our attorney, we went to closing, closed on it, and when you purchase real estate, you inherited that deed restriction. Means now you are the owner of the property, so that deed restriction stays with you on your new deed. To us, it made sense. We thought we're gonna tear down a single family, build something much better in its place, provide more units to the city of Boston in a time that they really needed. But the city didn't think the same way, so they shut us down on that, even though we proposed one of the units to be affordable. Let's move forward a couple years. We got approved for the 3-family, but it's not good because we cannot build it. And we tried to sell it, hoping that someone else maybe can figure this out with the city of Boston. So we put the property on the market with permits in hand, and it didn't work. So what do? You are stuck now as a real estate investor. The goal is always to go from buying a property like this in bad shape to finishing the project. That's always the goal. You'd never want to sit on a property vacant. What we are doing right now is actually we are going back and renovating the single family. We know the city doesn't want to take it down, so what we're going to do? Well, renovate it. Obviously, if we sell it, we're not going to get what we want to make, so our goal right now is to renovate it and keep it long term. We'll keep it in our portfolio. We're changing the layout to make it 5 bedrooms, so at least the rent is good, and hopefully we cover our expenses and then carry this a long time. The reason why I'm here shooting a video today is honestly, if we didn't buy this at the right price, there would be no property here. If you are a buyer in Boston looking for deals just like this, we'll put a link below because we are obviously wholesaling, right? So we buy fix and flips, we buy rentals, we build new construction, but we also wholesale some of the deals that we sign. So we'll put the link below, fill out your name, your information, and then you're gonna get our emails about any deals that we're wholesaling in Greater Boston. The second thing is, if you wanna know more about what Whiteacre is doing on a weekly basis, monthly basis, sign up for our newsletter. Again, we'll put the link below. Once a month, we send out an email to our followers and we share deals we're working on. We talk about capital that we might be looking to raise for certain deals, talk about the deals that we're wholesaling, right? We mentioned those there. And then anything about the meetups. We host meetups once a month, and these are free networking events. So we talk about who the guest speaker is, we share the dates and the information, and then typically anything that we're doing internally as a team. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment below, let me know what you guys want to see as far as maybe you care about our operations or systems, right? Or how we run numbers, right? Or maybe this is exactly what you want to see more of. Comment below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.